So, did you listen to Keith Stalin's gushing, pathetic speech yesterday?
Well, yeah, I heard bits of it on the news. I couldn't stand all of it because I'd keel over. I think if I had to listen to all of it, but
He's just full of shit. He hasn't got a clue what he's doing.
well, it's being deluded that we have a car industry because in a way we don't. I'm very pleased that certain people have got jobs, that and there's some suppliers and stuff, but on the whole, it's an outsourced industry anyway. Uh,
Well, JLR is owned by Indians.
yeah,
Um, Rolls-Royce and Bentley are owned by the Germans.
yeah,
Aston Martin is owned by the Canadians.
yeah.
And really, the only British manufacturers we have of motor cars are probably Ariel.
Mm.
You think of anyone else?
No, I don't even think Morgan is, isn't it? And Morgan's a bit outsourced these days, and the same
I
goes,
think Morgan's still English.
yeah, and Caterham as well is a bit outsourced.
Morgan, Ariel, and Caterham, I think they're really the only British that to continue selling petrol engines because they are
Less than
they're either
12,000.
an MVM or an SVM. An MVM is a micro vehicle
Mm.
manufacturer, which definitely applies to Caterham and Ariel.
Mm.
Not sure if it applies to Morgan or not. I'd imagine it's fewer than 1,000 registrations a year, so yeah, it would do.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean they've basically done the bare minimum to keep it going, haven't they?
yeah. Um, because the bottom line is with all of this, it's very expensive to manufacture anything in this country because um, energy is so expensive. Um, you
So
know,
is Labour.
yeah, labor is very expensive. So we're just making it even easier for the Chinese car industry to wipe us out, really. I think that's all that's happened. I think the only bright spot is that you can still buy uh, a petrol or diesel van, sorry, not a car.
Yeah, you can.
Mm.
Yeah, I've got it all written down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, all vans, all diesel, petrol, plug-in hybrid, diesel hybrid, petrol hybrid. Yeah, they're all allowed to be sold till 2020, 2035. And the only prerequisite is that they don't exceed the CO2 levels that they emitted in 2021. That's the
Mm.
only prerequisite.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine the vans are cleaner anyway, so they
Yeah.
shouldn't have any. But yeah, I mean, they've really just done the absolute bare minimum to keep it going. It doesn't really seem that they're supporting British. I mean, Keith Stalin's speech at JLI yesterday was just sycophantic and totally over the top. If I had a quid for every time he said brilliant British
Yeah.
engineering or brilliant British this or brilliant, Jesus Christ, I could retire. He just
Well,
kept waffling on and on and on.
that's right. It also has to be remembered that every time you see a conservative politician say how terrible this is, they started it all. So they
Yeah,
started the zero emission mandate and all of this net zero nonsense. So they're just as guilty, really, of deceiving everybody that we can work our way out of this situation because we can't. Everything's too expensive.
Labour have put a plaster cast on this. I think they have done the bare minimum to keep people placated, but I don't think it's going to. It's not the answer, is it?
No, it's not, sadly. The answer was 20, 30 years ago when things should have been done, probably. But whether there's time to recover this, I mean, future-proof cars, I think, could certainly get into the small manufacture um, of cars. I mean, the motor industry, as it exists, is actually all their people who repair cars, supply parts, and do whatever. And actually, that's quite large. But yeah, what we need to encourage people to do is to keep their cars going for as long as possible.
I think it's interesting to see what these manufacturers will do now, because if they're faced with being legislated out of building the cars that they know that people want and
Mm.
told to build the cars that people don't want,
Yeah.
what choice have they got? They either shut up shop or they move.
Mm.
And when I say move, I mean move country.
Yeah.
And the Middle East is all open arms at the moment for anything that we want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you like boxing or not. I love boxing, but boxing has gone massively to the Middle East.
Yeah.
There's a rather nice sheikh who loves his boxing, and he has bankrolled it and created some of the finest nights of boxing I can remember.
Mm.
So, if they have an interest in something, and they have a very big interest in Aston Martins, McLarens, Bentleys, and Rolls Royces,
Yeah.
if you offer them a new home and say you can build what you want and send it all over the world, we don't have trade wars, and we'll even build you a factory. You know,
Yeah.
maybe they'll start thinking about it. Maybe the great British car industry that our friend was waxing lyrical about yesterday, despite the fact he's tried to strangle it, he's
Yeah.
absolutely screwed the second-hand car trade, but he's still talking about British brilliance. It's just a shame there's no British brilliance in number 10, really, isn't it?
No,
Because
of
at
course.
the minute, it's just like an utter shit show. And we're all sat here wondering what the hell they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing, James. Do you think they know what they're doing?
No, they don't. They have no idea. No one in Parliament pretty much knows very much about business, really.